In the turbulent landscape of human interactions, conflicts and adversaries are an unfortunate yet inevitable reality. Whether in our personal lives, professional spheres, or the broader socio-political arena, we all eventually encounter individuals or groups whose interests clash with our own. These adversarial relationships can breed resentment, anger, and a desire for retaliation or even destruction of the perceived enemy. However, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a radically different perspective on how to approach and respond to those who oppose us. Rather than succumbing to the destructive impulses of hatred and vengeance, the Stoics advocated for a path of wisdom, virtue, and self-mastery, one that transforms our perception of enemies and empowers us to navigate conflicts with equanimity, integrity, and even compassion. In this exploration, we will delve into 9 profound Stoic principles that can guide us in dealing with our enemies in a manner that not only preserves our moral character but also opens the door to personal growth, reconciliation, and, ultimately, the potential for transcending enmity altogether. Lesson 1. Redefining the enemy. The first step in our Stoic journey is to reframe our understanding of what constitutes an enemy. As Epictetus, the renowned Stoic philosopher, taught, no one is able to make another person slave against his will. In other words, our true enemies are not external forces or individuals but rather our own unhealthy perceptions, emotions, and attachments. By shifting our focus inward, we learn to recognize that the root of our conflicts often lies within ourselves, in our fears, insecurities, and misguided desires. This awareness empowers us to take responsibility for our reactions and to approach adversaries not as external threats but as catalysts for self-reflection and personal growth. Lesson 2. Cultivating empathy and understanding. Once we have redefined our understanding of enemies, the next step is to cultivate empathy and seek to understand their perspectives and motivations. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, wrote, "When thou wishest to delight thyself, think of the virtues of those who live with thee, for instance, the activity of one, and the modesty of another, and the liberality of a third, and some other good quality of a fourth." By actively seeking to appreciate the virtues and circumstances of those who oppose us, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of their worldview and the factors that shape their actions. This empathy not only humanizes our adversaries but also provides valuable insights that can help us navigate conflicts more effectively and, perhaps, even identify common ground. Lesson 3. Embracing acceptance and letting go. In the heat of conflict, it is natural to cling to the desire for retribution or a decisive victory over our enemies. However, the Stoics taught the importance of accepting what we cannot control and letting go of attachments that breed suffering. As Epictetus wisely stated, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." By embracing acceptance and letting go of our need to control or defeat our adversaries at all costs, we free ourselves from the cycle of anger, resentment, and obsession that often fuels conflicts. This liberation allows us to approach conflicts with a clear mind and a focus on finding practical solutions rather than engaging in destructive power struggles. Lesson 4. Practicing nonviolence and restraint. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the belief in the inherent worth and dignity of all human beings. As such, the Stoics advocated for nonviolence and restraint, even in the face of adversity. As Seneca, the Stoic philosopher and statesman, wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." By practicing nonviolence and exercising restraint in our actions and reactions toward our enemies, we maintain our moral integrity and avoid escalating conflicts in ways that could breed further harm or destruction. This principled approach not only preserves our ethical standing but also creates opportunities for de-escalation, dialogue, and potential reconciliation. Lesson 5. Cultivating forgiveness and compassion. While it may seem counterintuitive, the Stoics encourage the cultivation of forgiveness and compassion, even toward those who have wronged us. As Marcus Aurelius eloquently stated, the best way to avenge yourself is not to become like the wrongdoer. By choosing to forgive and show compassion, we liberate ourselves from the burdens of resentment and hatred, which often weigh more heavily on us than on our adversaries. This act of forgiveness also opens the door to potential reconciliation and the transformation of enmity into understanding and, perhaps, even friendship. Lesson 6. Focusing on personal growth and virtue. In the face of adversity and conflict, it is easy to become consumed by external battles and lose sight of our own personal growth and development. However, the Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing inward and cultivating virtue, regardless of external circumstances. As Epictetus advised, seek not that events should happen as you will, but let your will be that events should happen as they do happen, and you shall go on well. By redirecting our energy toward personal growth and the cultivation of virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we not only strengthen our character but also gain the clarity and resilience needed to navigate conflicts more effectively and with greater purpose. Lesson 7. Embracing reason and objectivity. One of the cornerstones of Stoic philosophy is the reliance on reason and objectivity in decision-making and problem-solving. As Seneca wisely counseled, reason overcomes anger and overcomes the very cruelty which prompts anger. By embracing reason and striving for objectivity in our dealings with adversaries, we can better understand the root causes of conflicts and identify rational solutions that address the underlying issues rather than escalating tensions or resorting to destructive means. This approach not only increases the chances of resolving conflicts peacefully but also sets an example of principled leadership and diplomacy. Lesson 8. Finding purpose in service and contribution. While conflicts with enemies can often consume our attention and drain our energy, the Stoics taught that true fulfillment and purpose come from serving a greater good and contributing to the betterment of society. As Marcus Aurelius eloquently stated, we were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper and lower. By shifting our focus towards service and contribution, we transcend the narrow confines of personal conflicts and embrace a larger sense of purpose and responsibility. This perspective not only provides a sense of meaning and fulfillment but also encourages us to seek common ground and collaborate with adversaries in addressing shared challenges or pursuing mutually beneficial goals. Lesson 9. Embracing humility and self-reflection. Finally, the Stoics emphasize the importance of humility and self-reflection in all aspects of life, including our dealings with adversaries. As Seneca reminded us, there is no great genius without a tincture of madness. By embracing humility and engaging in regular self-reflection, we acknowledge our own limitations, biases, and potential for error or misjudgment. This awareness not only fosters a more nuanced and empathetic approach to conflicts but also encourages us to seek wisdom and guidance from others, including those who may have opposing views or perspectives. As we have explored, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers a powerful and transformative framework for navigating the complexities of adversarial relationships and conflicts. By redefining our understanding of enemies, cultivating empathy and compassion, embracing acceptance and forgiveness, focusing on personal growth and virtue, embracing reason and objectivity, finding purpose and service, and practicing humility and self-reflection, we unlock the potential to transcend the destructive cycles of enmity and pave the way for reconciliation, understanding, and personal growth.